The arena lights flickered, casting eerie shadows across the packed WWE Raw stage. The crowd fell completely silent as a low, ominous hum rippled through the air, vibrating through the bones of every fan in attendance. It was the kind of sound that made hearts race and spines tingle, as if a storm was about to break right inside the arena. No one could explain it. No one could predict it. But every single person knew, deep down, that something monumental, something that would alter the very landscape of professional wrestling, was about to unfold. The announcer's voice cracked, barely cutting through the palpable electricity. "Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to witness history," he stammered, his words trembling as if he could feel the magnitude of what was coming. But what kind of history? Would it be the triumphant return of a fallen legend? A ghost from wrestling's past finally reclaiming his place? Or perhaps the rise of something darker, something even more dangerous than anyone could imagine? Backstage, whispers had been circulating for weeks, rumors that seemed impossible. One name kept echoing through the halls, a name thought to never return: Roman Reigns. For months, Seth Rollins had meticulously built his empire known simply as the Vision, a faction that thrived on arrogance, strategy, and ruthless domination. Alongside him were his loyal enforcers, Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, and even Brock Lesnar, each pledged to furthering Rollins' goal of reshaping WWE in his image. Week after week, they humiliated legends, obliterated challengers, and mocked anyone who dared oppose them. But at the center of their mission of destruction was one name they thought they had erased forever: Roman Reigns. The brutal assault Roman suffered at Clash in Paris wasn't just a physical punishment, it was a statement. The Vision believed they had crushed the tribal chief completely, erased him from existence. Or at least, that's what they thought. But strange flickering lights, cryptic video messages, and chilling, unexplained promos began appearing during Raw, each week adding layers of mystery. Was someone coming back sooner than expected? Was Roman secretly planning his return? Or was someone else orchestrating a mind game from the shadows? The Vision laughed off the rumors. Rollins dismissed them as nothing but smoke and mirrors. Bronson Reed boasted that Roman was broken beyond repair. Breaker vowed to hunt down the ghost of the tribal chief and finish him once and for all. But the fans in the arena knew better. Something had shifted. A storm was approaching, and it was unlike anything WWE had ever seen. Tonight, Raw was supposed to be ordinary. Seth Rollins and the Vision strutted into the ring, their championship belts gleaming and their egos at their peak. Rollins grabbed the microphone, smirking with a confidence only he could muster. "Roman Reigns," he sneered, "you're yesterday's news. You're finished. You're forgotten. This is the era of my Vision." The crowd erupted in chants. "We want Roman. We want Roman." Panic flickered across Breaker's face. Reed went pale. The so-called perfect plan, the seemingly untouchable empire Rollins had built, began to tremble. Then, the arena lights snapped back on. And there he was, Roman Reigns, standing tall on the entrance ramp, not in his tribal chief attire, but in tactical gear reminiscent of his Shield days. Gone were the golden necklaces, the arrogance of the head of the table. What the WWE Universe saw was the warrior, the Shield powerhouse, the silent destroyer, reborn. Roman's eyes locked on Rollins as he began his march to the ring, the audience losing their collective minds. The Vision scrambled, trying to regain control. Breaker barked orders at Reed, Brock Lesnar smirked in cautious intrigue, and Rollins screamed, "You're finished. You don't belong here." But Roman didn't answer. He raised the mic slowly, his breathing heavy, and in a chilling whisper that sent the arena into a frenzy, he asked, "Did you really think you could kill the Shield?" Before Rollins could even respond, the lights flickered again, and a second video blazed across the screen. This one was darker, more violent. Barbed wire, shattered glass, a lone silhouette smashing through walls. And then, as if the impossible had finally come true, Jon Moxley leaped over the barricade, storming into the ring. AEW's unhinged warhorse, the man who swore he'd never return, now stood shoulder to shoulder with Roman Reigns. The crowd went absolutely insane, chanting "Moxley, Moxley. Moxley. Rollins' face told the story of the moment. Pure shock. Pure terror. Even Brock Lesnar, intrigued and amused, stepped forward. Chaos erupted instantly. Moxley and Lesnar brawled violently, leaving the announce table in ruins. Breakker charged Roman, only to be met with a devastating Superman punch. Reed tried to crush Roman in the corner, but was met with a punishing spear. The WWE Universe was witnessing absolute pandemonium. Roman grabbed the mic again, his voice booming across the arena. "Seth, you thought I was finished. You thought you could erase me. You thought the Shield was dead. Look around you. Your vision just met reality. And reality hurts." Commentary scrambled to explain the chaos, trying to piece together why Moxley was even there. Rumors flew. Conspiracy theories emerged. Could this have been orchestrated by Roman himself? Had the Shield secretly planned this alliance? Michael Cole shouted over the roar of the crowd. "This is bigger than WWE. This is bigger than AEW. This is about family. The Shield, fractured, betrayed, forgotten, is alive again. Not complete, but alive." Roman and Moxley stood tall in the center of the ring, their presence electrifying the arena, while Seth Rollins scrambled backward, clutching his championship belt, his face a mix of fury and disbelief. The night ended in utter chaos. Officials and security struggled to separate Lesnar and Moxley. Breakker and Reed were left unconscious in the ring, and Rollins was forced to retreat up the ramp, humiliated.